YouTube, good morning. What's good? I want to show y'all something real quick. I don't know if in your own cities and towns, Rochester is one of the poorest cities in the country. The child poverty rate, I believe, is like 42%, one of the highest in the country. While Rochester, New York Mayor Lovely Warren sits back and does absolutely nothing about it. Good morning, Sharon. What's good? So this used to be a Tops Market. And for those of you from the upstate New York area, I think they're based out of Buffalo. Tops Market, and it just closed recently. One of several that closed in this area. And now it's just another abandoned building and parking lot with broken glass in Rochester, New York. Go around, bro. You see I'm stopped. Go around. So now it's become just another abandoned eyesore. And it'll remain so for a long time because that's just how Rochester, New York is. So that's just how it happens. And I'm sure it happens in your towns and your cities. Give you a better view here. Yep, just become another. And here's the thing that the mayor gives two shits about. Mayor Lovely Warren here in Rochester, New York. You know, when a supermarket, when a business like this, a major supermarket, what's good, Kumanina? I hope I pronounced that right. I apologize if I did it. When a business like this leaves an area, especially the inner city, this is Rochester, New York. What's good, Leslie? This is Lake in Rochester, New York. I'm good, thank you. It is detrimental to the area, not only to the economy, but to the thousands and thousands of folks, of neighborhood residents in this area. Again, this is Lake Avenue, who depend on this. You know, who depend on this supermarket, who depended on it to feed their family. A lot of them who don't have cars, a lot of them who walked over here. Check it out. There's something I want to do here. Hold on. Actually, we'll go to Wendys. Good morning, Connie. What's good, Kim? It's really sad to see all the empty buildings in Rochester. Absolutely. And again, it'll just become another empty. It is empty. Another eyesore, another abandoned building, another abandoned parking lot in Rochester, New York. So check it out. On the way here, I passed a gentleman. New York Jets 15. What is good? Good morning to you too. I passed a gentleman who I've seen several times before on the corner. And, you know, one thing I'm very passionate about, which some of you may know, already know, is the homeless situation here in Rochester, right? But I also got to be honest, there are folks who refuse to help themselves. There are folks out here, so one has to be very careful. There are folks out here who are look out, look out, look out, look out. I'm crossing, I'm driving, look out. I'm telling you, people are absolutely, I don't know if it's drugs. I don't know if everybody's just walking around like a fucking zombie. People are absolutely clueless. They're like in a daze. Literally will jump in front of your car if you're not careful. Literally. So, hold on for a minute. Stay with me. We're gonna do something right here. Stay with me. Hold on.
Welcome to Wendys.
Hello. Do you have a meal that's like two burgers?
No, we don't have a meal like that.
You don't have a meal like that?
No, we have a 4 for 4 if you want that.
4 for 4. Yeah. Let me do that. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Wendy's. I apologize. Let me do a 4 for 4 with a bake. You can do it with a junior bacon cheeseburger.
Yep. What kind of drinking sauce for you?
Do sweet and sour. Can you do the burger plain, just cheese and the bacon and the meat, please?
Okay. And your drink for you?
Let's do like a Sprite with light ice.
Anything else?
I think that's it. So that comes with 2 things, right? Nuggets and the burger, right?
And the fries.
Oh, and the fries. That's right. And the pop. No, that's it. I'm good. Thank you. That's it.
For 32.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So on the way here, I passed a. Hello. I gotta get you some money. Hold on. See, I forgot about that part. I remembered ordering. I forgot that I gotta pay you. So on the way here, I passed a gentleman who I've seen for a while. On the same corner. Thank you, Mama. You too. Doing the same thing, holding the same sign. And here's the thing. Again, I'm very passionate about the homeless population, especially the veterans. You know, Americans claim to be so patriotic, right? I'm more patriotic than you. My American flag flying off the back of my Ford F-250 is bigger than yours. But yet, we as a society are some of the most hypocritical people in the whole world. We claim to be patriotic, but every day we ignore. Hello. And on purpose. You got a straw in there, man?
Yeah, it should be one.
Thank you. But every day we ignore, and we intentionally ignore, and we shun the homeless, especially homeless vets, which I never understood, and I think is so hypocritical, right? We claim to be so patriotic, but yet we pass every day and we roll the window up. Every day we roll the window up on homeless folks. And at the same time, I don't want to contradict myself. You'll see where I'm going in a second with this. You have to be very careful because some people, Sharon says so true, absolutely. You have to be very careful because some people will tug on your heartstrings and pull on your heartstrings, and what they really want is $5, $10, $15, $20 or a couple dollars to go get their fix, right? Let's be honest. Whether it's drink, whether it's drugs, right? So you have to be very, very careful not to fall into that trap. And here's where I come in on this. I refuse, Connie says so true, I refuse to give anyone on the street holding a sign $1. I refuse to do so. That's just me. But here's what I will do. I will feed you. If I see you, especially sometimes, I did a video one time, and by the way, I only do the video. I know the haters are always going to say, why do you make a video? Because that's what this channel is about. This channel is about motivating and inspiring others to be passionate about the things that I believe in, whether it's the First Amendment right to record, whether it's exercising your constitutional rights to photograph and film as an American, whether it's getting educated and informed and standing up for your rights as an American. And yes, I've made videos about feeding the homeless. That's what the fuck the channel is about. Otherwise, why are you watching? Right? So back to my thing. I will feed the homeless. I made a video a while back about a gentleman who approached me outside of a Dunkin' Donuts and he wanted some money. And right away I said, nope. Come in with me, though. I'm going to feed you. And he ordered a couple sandwiches, a juice, a coffee, a couple donuts. Now, see this gentleman right there? You see him? We're going to turn around. You see him right there in the corner? We're going to turn around now. See? He's there every day. Same hustle with the sign. We have some holding signs off interstate, and they are living in hotels, and they make Oh, of course. Are you related to California Guardian? No, I'm not. I know who he is, but no, I'm not. I'm independent. I'm totally independent. One-man show. Second generation police accountability activist in Rochester, New York, upstate New York. Been doing this more than 20 years. And before me, my dad was a pioneer in the cop watching movement. I'll put a link under here. And, hold on for a minute. Let me turn around here. We're gonna go back and see this gentleman because I bought him a meal. I bought him a meal at Wendy's. And again, I refuse to give him any money. I won't give them a dime because I know all too often what the money is going for or being used for. I'd much rather take a few minutes out of my day, out of my way. Let me turn here. I don't want to cut through nobody's business. I will take a few minutes out of my way to go and grab someone a meal if I can do so. I'd rather give them a meal than put a cent in their pocket, because a lot of them unfortunately are out here hustling and they're playing on people's emotions and they're just getting their fix, whether it's drugs, alcohol, whatever. And I refuse to thank you, Sharon. Sharon said, you're awesome for doing that. Well, hopefully this motivates. Next time you see, and I'll tell you why I do this in a minute. I'll tell you why in a minute. So we're gonna see what's up with this gentleman right here. And he disappeared. Hold on. Seems to have been gone now. He was just here. Hold on. All right, this just got a little more interesting. I don't see him now. He was just there standing. Let's see if he's behind here somewhere. Again, and I'll just tell you now, the reason I do this is because hopefully I want to change the perception that I want to say most people have when they see someone on the corner, someone homeless. Again, not to contradict myself, you do have to be careful. A lot of them are out here just hustling, right? That'll bless you, help them. I will do the same thing. Have beat food or no money. Absolutely no money, Connie. I strongly advise and suggest not giving them money, because a lot of it is a hustle, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to contribute. The one thing I refuse to do is contribute to anyone's addiction in any way, shape, or form. I will not give them a red cent for their addiction, for their alcohol, for their drugs. That I won't do. And this guy is gone. Gone in the wind. What's good, Red Comic? Thank you, Connie. Well, this guy just disappeared. Somebody will get this meal. Hold on. This guy was just here. He was just... What do? Get some money and go into the store and get a six-pack? Or some Lucy's? Oh, man. Hold on. All right. This was not the plan. Man, he disappeared that quick. He was just standing right there on the right there. He was just standing right there. He's always there. That's his post. And people give him hundreds of dollars every month, if not more. Let's turn here and maybe see if we can catch up with him somewhere. Hold on. Stay with me. We live. Davy VTV live. Where the heck did this guy go? Okay, now this is turned into a mission to find this guy. All done. dot to be continued, right? You know what? I don't know where he went, but here's someone that may appreciate a good meal. How you doing, my brother? I had gotten a meal for this gentleman standing on the corner over there with a sign, and by the time I turned around, he was gone. I got him a meal from Wendy's. Would you appreciate that?
Oh, yeah.
All right?
Thank you, sir.
What's your name?
Stubbs.
Stubbs?
Yeah.
Davy.
Davy.
How long you been out here?
Huh?
How long you been out here?
About 6 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Listen, I just got that meal. I just got that warm meal at Wendys up the street, and there's a gentleman that stands in the corner here with a sign.
Yeah.
He had a New York Yankees jacket. I literally turned around.
Yeah,
By the time I went back, ghost. So I don't know what happened, but listen, I refuse to give anyone money
Okay.
because sometimes it goes for things that I don't approve of.
Right.
But I will feed someone.
Right, okay.
So please enjoy that meal, okay?
I appreciate it.
And God bless, all right?
You have a blessed day.
Thank you, my man. All right, well, we didn't find, thank you, Rhett. We didn't find the one guy, but we found the gentleman with a bag of bottles walking down this off of Lake Avenue. And he has the meal right there. There he goes right there with the meal in his hand. There he goes right there with the meal. Be safe, my brother.
All right, you too now.
Thank you, baby. All right, listen. And again, why do I make that video? People will talk, oh, some things you don't need to record. The reason I do it, again, is to try to, thank you, Sharon. Sharon says, awesome. The reason I do it is because I want to help chip away at the stigmatism, right? How do I say it? The negative, not even sure if I used the right word, negative perception, let's say, right? That people have of homeless people, of folks that are down and out, right? And we're all guilty of it. We've all done it. I've done it. I've rolled the window up sometimes at a corner because I particularly feel like maybe I don't want to be bothered. I'd be lying. How am I going to lie to y'all? I'm being honest. I've done it. So I know that perception is out there where people many times just simply don't want to accept or see that there are a lot of people. Connie said, I love, keep you, help others. Amen. Thank you, Connie. So, again, my only issue is don't give money. Never give them money. Never. Because when you give them money, several things are going on. Number one, and perhaps more importantly, is you have no control whatsoever where that money is going to go, what it's going to be used on. No control whatsoever. And yes, more often than not, that money will wind up in some drug dealer's hands, at some gate, at some fucking trap house, enriching and lining the pockets of individuals selling poison to people that are addicted out here. So I refuse to do that. Not 1 cent. No, not at all. But what I want each and every one of you guys and girls to take from this video is next time you see them, ask yourself, is there something short of giving them money, which may be used for drugs? Is there something short of that I can do for someone that looks like they're down and out and looks like they could use and appreciate a meal? And I'll tell you right now, chances are that the answer to that is going to be yes. Yes, you can. Nowadays, there's McDonald's, there's Wendys. I mean, it's not the best food, but to somebody who maybe hasn't had a meal in a while and could use a warm, quick meal, and that you just feel like, you know what, I did something good. I didn't give them money to contribute to their addictions, but I fed someone. And you've done something good for someone else. If it's the winter, get a nice cup of coffee, get something, something warm for them. I just did Wendys because it was close by and I was trying to get back to the gentleman, and you guys and girls saw that he was gone. He was gone, disappeared. When we turned that corner, when you see the video again, he was standing there. When I turned back less than a couple minutes later, he was gone. So we found someone else that could appreciate a meal. And again, I made this video to inspire, to motivate, to perhaps change someone's thinking when it comes to homeless, when it comes to people that are down and out. You don't have to give them money. In fact, I recommend you don't give them money. But you could do the next best thing, which is feed someone. All right? Peace.